you pretty much, it feels like the ultimate freedom. That you can do whatever you choose to do and make up the worlds you want to live in, except for there's anywhere from 3 to 6 other people that may live here with you, and they have their freedoms as well.
Because it takes a little bit of endurance to like live there. Endurance and sort of selective attention to things. In summer, it's like 10 shows easily in a month, so it's like you'll have like 3 shows in a row, which is basically people just throwing cigarettes everywhere and beer and debris.
It's interesting. It's good because it's a community space and everybody is respectful of art and things like that. But it's also like opening up your entire life to like people just like walking in on it all of the time pretty much.
There's been a couple of nights where I just wasn't feeling it and I had to get up and go to work early.
Yeah.
But at the same time, this is what it's all about, really. My whole reason for wanting to be here is the same reason that you guys wanted to start it in the first place.
It is, there's drawbacks too. I mean, you know, after 6 years, you know, I'm happy to be living in a normal apartment and everything.
For as long as Rhinoceropoulos has been around too, it like surprisingly very little has ever sort of gone wrong here. Like for the most part, people would respect it as like a home. Definitely. But then you'd get people who just like had no idea and would destroy something of yours, or, you know, like cover your bathroom in shaving cream, you know, or like steal stuff.
And then the first place Kevin and Darren moved out when they left Parker was into Rhino.
Yeah. We each lived here for a year.
Yeah. That was weird, but it was fun. Definitely learned a lot about stress and loud.
Most cities won't tolerate this for very long. You'll be lucky to get like 2 years out of a space like this. That's like actually a long time. So for Rhino to be going as long as it has, it's pretty incredible.
For the most part, the entire time we've been there, or that I was there, cops only came like once, maybe twice, which is really lucky for us because it is sort of a no-rules place, and it's also an all-ages place, which can cause some problems with if the cops came over.
I mean, the police know that this space is here.
Yeah.
I mean, they know what's going on here. It's not a problem as long as people are respectful.
There's been some instances where we're just like, you know, we should have been evicted this month.
shows is always like a spectacle. Like when Lightning Bolt comes, or like health shows or Dan Deacon, there's just like, it's packed.
Yeah.
It's just like total madness. We're pretty stressed out at that point usually, I think.
Right.
But you have to like sit back and appreciate.
I haven't seen more violence exercised there ever, except for seeing Health. It was packed wall to wall. And Health, like at that time, they had power plugged into the sidewall, and people kept unplugging the power for the band, and so their pedals would just go out, and they had to tell people, like, hey, if you keep pulling the power out, we can't keep playing. And people would spill drinks on their pedals, and they'd have to tell people, like, please don't spill drinks on our pedals, otherwise we can't play the show either. But that was another one of those shows, like Lightning Bolt a year before that, where it was in a hot month, so much sweat was coming out people's bodies and condensing on the ceiling that it was raining inside the venue. And you can only imagine how often that happened, or what was in that water coming down on you. That's pretty gross.
When Monotonics first played here, like, they were playing in the front room, the drummer like lit his drum set on fire, and the singer got like one of our trash cans and just like dumped all the garbage all over himself while like the drum set was on fire, and then like ran into our shower with the microphone and was just like yelling in the shower like while the show was still happening.
There's been a lot of good shows here. That's definitely where I've
Yeah.
seen. I mean, anywhere else in Denver, shows are kind of disconnected when there's a big stage and
Not a lot of people.
not a lot of people. But here it's all pretty, for lack of a better word, intimate, I guess.